Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are talking about my ink of the year for 2024. Now, I didn't review as many inks this year as I have in previous years. I sort of shifted the focus a little bit more towards pens and sort of instructional stuff, but I did look at some amazing inks and there were a few that really stood out for me as to why I love them so much. So what I've done is I've done two highly commendeds here, which were both amazing inks, and then I have done my ink of the year. Now I should say there have been a couple of inks I've looked at towards the end of this year, but I decided to keep it more focused towards inks that I've used a lot over the year that I also reviewed this year. So let's get started. So highly commended. We start here with the first one being Akkerman Garuda Rude. Now, this ink is absolutely stunning. I love this. I love these sort of browny, earthy reds. And this is sort of like a real cross between the red and the browny sort of tones. Akkerman make, well, Akkerman sell amazing inks that are made by someone. And that's perfectly fine. Lots of brands kind of do that. But this one in particular for me this year really stood out. I've loved a lot of the Akkerman blue inks, but this beautiful Garuda Rude comes in at a highly commended for this year. The next highly commended is Lamy Dark Lilac. Now, obviously, Lamy Dark Lilac was originally released in 2016, and it was an amazing ink, and there was a whole lot of stuff that went on this year with this ink, and they released the 2024 edition. Now, I am a sucker for purple inks. I'm not going to lie. I've made that very clear, and even though this 2024 version is not as good as the 2016 one, there's just something remarkably special about that 2016 version. The 2024 version is still really beautiful. It's saturated and wet. It's got that incredible green sheen on it. It is a very, very special ink, and you know, having such a high profile purple ink, I couldn't miss this one. And the winner of my ink of the year for 2024 is Baroque, made by Octopus Fluids, Caviar. This is the ink on a coloring card. It is a beautiful sort of grey purple kind of ink. It's almost like a purple grey. It's just absolutely stunning. I love the performance of this. I currently have it in a Parker 51, like the old Parker 51, as kind of like one of my everyday writers. It is absolutely stunning. Here is the bottle, or the box that the bottle comes in. And the bottle is a standard 30ml bottle, you know, the standard Octopus Fluids. Now, Baroque, as I say in the review, and I will link to the review of this ink down below, Baroque was a line of inks from Dresden that ceased to be, and Octopus Fluids took it over and have released a range of inks under the Baroque name. So Caviar comes in at €12.95, which I think is a very good price, and the price is fairly good across the board, no matter sort of where you get it from. Now, I wanted to talk about 5 points about this ink as to why I chose this as my ink of the year. 1, Octopus Fluids and their subsidiary lines is one of my favorite brands of ink. I looked at a number of the Baroque inks and a number of the sheening inks and their standard inks and, you know, the write and draw and all that kind of stuff, and they all perform absolutely beautifully, and the colors are great. They make inks for other brands like Diplomat, and they just do an amazing job. The second point is the value. Once again, that €12.95 for a 30ml bottle. It's not the cheapest thing going around, but it is certainly affordable in comparison to some other brands, and I think it performs really well for that. And that comes to my third point, performance. This ink is beautiful. Like looking at this page here, for instance, you know, it shades nicely. It's not super wet. That's one of the things I kind of like about it. There's no sheen or anything like that. Well, there's a tiny sort of bit of sheen, or at least gloss on the ink. But there's no bleeding or anything like that. it's just a really nice ink that performs really, really well. The next thing is that this particular ink I find to be unique. Now, I'm not saying there are no inks of this color, and there are a number in this color family, but you don't see people using them sort of that often, particularly like out in the real world, shall we say. So I've got a light purple to put alongside just to show how gray it is, and that is Diamine Amazing Amethyst, which is a lovely vibrant light purple. So you can see this is very dark, moody, and I've got Sailor Studio number 452 here, which is not dissimilar, a little more purple, not quite the grey brown of Caviar, but you can see sort of where it fits. And the final point about this ink is I just love the color. I think it is just beautiful. I love this for everyday writing because it's dark enough in this writing to be legible and somewhat professional. It's got grey, blacky kind of undertones, and it's, you know, but it's got a bit of personality, and that's really great. So I really enjoy that, and I enjoy inks that have that sort of personality. So this was my ink of the year for 2024 or 2024. I hope you found this video interesting and useful. Please like and subscribe, hit the notifications button, all that kind of stuff. If you've got products that you think I should be looking at, or if there's a way you'd like to support the channel, I would love to hear from you. In the meantime, enjoy your inks, enjoy writing, and I'll talk to you soon.